Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be discussing the root word neo or now. That means new, young or youthful. This word has been originated from the Greek language, from a word called as neos. That means new or young. Let's look into one by one word. The first word, Neolithic. So neo is altogether new, and whenever if we come across a word called as lith is altogether rock or stone. In history, we study Neolithic age or New Stone Age. In the same fashion, when we are discussing the four realms of the earth, we say atmosphere, biosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. So lithosphere is the area where the rocks, mountains are present. That is called as the lithosphere. So lith is rock or stone, and Neolithic, that's altogether new rock or stone. Okay, new rock or stone. Next word, if you see, we have neonate. So what is this neo? Neo is altogether new, nate is altogether birth. For example, if you go to any hospital, generally we see there neonatal ward. Now what is this neonatal ward? Neonatal ward is a place where the newborn babies with certain health defects or issues would be admitted into. That's altogether the neonatal ward. Now here neonate can be altogether newborn. See the next word, renovate. So whenever if you come across a word called as that's altogether again novate, that's altogether new. So what is this again new? For example, we see certain boards that this building is under renovation. So renovation is making something old one into new, making some old building etc. into a new one. So that can be something regarding the renovate. Okay. Next, see the word neodoxy. For example, I said neo is altogether new, and doxy is altogether teaching. So generally doxy, we have certain word like, for example, I said paradox. So what is this para? Para is altogether beyond. Dox is teaching. For example, I said if something is beyond teaching, beyond science, we generally call it as paradox. For example, I said paranormal activity. So what is this paranormal activity? That is some devils or something like that. We generally call it as the paranormal activity. Now here para is beyond and a normal. So something which is beyond normal condition, that we are calling it as the paranormal activity. Next we have paradox, that is something beyond teaching, beyond science. Now here I said neo is new and doxy is teaching. That means altogether, that's altogether a new teaching. That's altogether neodoxy. Next we have neo-criticism. Now what is this neo? Neo can be new. And next we have criticism. And whenever if you come across a word called as critic, that is altogether a judge. So for example, we say a movie critic. What does a movie critic do or does? Generally, a movie critic judges a movie, whether it is good or bad. That is a critic's work. Now here, criticism is nothing but judgment. So I said neo-criticism, that's altogether a new judgment. That's altogether neo-criticism. We will see the next words now. So neophyte. So what is this neo? Neo is altogether new and phyte is altogether a plant. Phyte, whenever if you come across a word called as phyte, that literal meaning is a plant. For example, I said lithophyte. Now what is this lithophyte? So we all know that litho is altogether rock or stone and phyte is altogether a plant. That means a plant which grows on rocks or rocky soil, that can be the lithophytes. For example, I said hydrophyte. Now what is this hydrophyte? The plant which grows in water can be hydrophyte. Saprophyte. Sapro is the dead. So the plants which grow on the dead can be the saprophyte. Next, for example, if I say xerophyte. Now what is this xerophyte? Whenever if you come across a word called as zero, the literal meaning can be generally desert altogether. So the plants which grow in deserts can be generally considered as the xerophytes. Next, we have one more important word that is altogether epiphyte. So what is this epiphyte now? Epi is above. So whenever if you come across a word called as epi, that is altogether above. For example, API. What is this epi? This epi is the honeybee. This epi is something related to honey, but EPI, this is something related to above. And whenever if you come across EPI phyte, epiphyte, now this is the plant growing on other plant, that can be the epiphyte. Finally, neophyte. The neophyte literal meaning can be a new plant. Let's see the next word. Neomorph. Neo is new. Next we have morph. Now what is this morph? Morphology. So morph is forms or shapes. So we have morphology is a subject which deals with the shapes and forms of the plants. For example, I said morphology of a plant. So what does that deal? It generally deals with the shapes and forms of the plants. Now neomorph is a new form or shape. Next we have novel. So what is this novel now? So novel is altogether new. So when coronavirus has come, they said novel coronavirus. Now why they said novel coronavirus? The major reason is altogether it is new. We haven't seen it earlier. It is new and we haven't seen it earlier. That is the reason we have said it as novel coronavirus. See the next word. Neophilia. So neo is altogether new and philia, and that's altogether phil. Phil is altogether love. So whenever if you come across a word called as phil or philia, the literal meaning can be love over there. Now what is this neophilia? That's altogether a new love. A new love can be generally considered as neophilia. For example, I said bibliophilia. Bibliophilia. Now what is this biblio? Biblio is nothing but the books over there, and philia is altogether love. So love for the books, that can be generally considered as the bibliophilia. Let's see the next word. Neolatry. Now what is this neo? Neo can be new over here. Latry. Latry can be the praise or worship. So we have done a video exclusively on latry word, and that would be in the playlist. Just have a look at it. Now what is this neolatry? So neo means new, latry means praise or worship. That's all together a new praise or worship. A new praise or worship. Next word we'll see. Neoorthrosis. So neo is altogether new, and next we have the word called as orthrosis. Now what is this orthrosis? Generally we have a topic in biology called as arthropoda. Now what is this arthropoda? Orthro. The literal meaning of orthro is altogether joints, and poda is altogether legs. And whenever if you come across a word called as poda, the literal meaning would be legs over there. Orthro can be the joints. For example, arthropoda would be a part of zoology. Generally if you see the cockroaches would be a part of the arthropoda. Why so? Because they have multiple joints in their legs. Now here orthrosis, orthro means we said it's altogether joints. Now neoorthrosis. Now what is this neoorthrosis? It's nothing but new joints. Okay, that can be neoorthrosis. Next we have neophobia. Neo is here new, and phobia is altogether fear. So fear of something new or unfamiliar can be generally called as the neophobia. That's altogether fear of unfamiliar. Okay, unfamiliar persons can be generally neophobia. Next we have neology. So neo is altogether new, and logy is altogether study of. So what is this neology? Study of new. Study of anything that can be new. That's altogether neology. Next we have neocracy. Now what is this neocracy? We all know neo is altogether new and cracy is the rule by. So rule by a new person. Okay, rule by a new person. So we can say it as unexperienced person. Rule by a unexperienced person can be the neocracy. Next we have the novice. Now what is this novice? So novice is a new. For example, we say a novice monk. Now who is a novice monk? A novice monk is a person who has recently converted himself into a saint or monk. If any person has come very recently into a particular business or into any stream, then we can call that person as novice over there. So novice is altogether new. Regarding phobia, we are doing a particular specific word in the root word category. We'll do a video regarding phobia. Next, one more important is crazy is extremely important, and if you are preparing for any competitive exams, crazy is a root word which is mostly asked in the exams. So even for this also we'll be doing a root word, and even for logi also we'll be doing a root word. All these videos would be in the playlist of root word section. Please have a look at even these videos also. So if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.